Namaskaram with the Hal. Let's begin with the main stories. Corruption watchdog CIA holds erstwhile Executive Director of Nepal Telecom Sunil Paudel and then Director of Security Printing Center Bikal Paudel over allegation of corruption. Construction works of basic hospitals announced 3 years ago left stranded. Local levels failed to complete works despite allocation of budget. A Russian military transport plane carrying 65 Ukrainian prisoners of war crashes in Russia's Belgorod region. Local governor says there are no survivors. And Nepal suffer a 5-wicket defeat against Pakistan at the ICC Under-19 Cricket World Cup in South Africa to next play Afghanistan on Friday. The Department of Transport Management is currently investigating around 100,000 licenses that were possibly forged. Several cases have been reported where the license numbers of people who left for abroad have been stolen. As few individuals returned to the country and went to renew their licenses, they understood that their license number had been abused under someone else's name, and they are also unable to recover their old license numbers. Meanwhile, the Transport Management Office in Lalitpur's Ekantakuna says their license numbers were scrapped after some suspicions. The department in recent time has also scrapped around 29,000 licenses for being fake and has put 72,000 others in their radar. In this scenario, the Central Investigation Bureau of Nepal Police and the Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority have shown some interest on the issue. The department has said the highest number of fake licenses were found in Lumbini and Gandaki provinces. A special committee formed by the department to probe into the matter has concluded that fake licenses could have been made when the system transitioned from paper-based work to computer systems. Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority CIA has held erstwhile Executive Director of Nepal Telecom Sunil Paudel and then Director of Security Printing Center Bikal Paudel. Both of them have been alleged of corruption. Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority had filed cases against individuals including Sunil Paudel on 2nd October last year. The anti-graft body had also filed a case against Bikal Paudel. Both Sunil and Bikal were suspended after the cases were filed. However, after the cases were registered, the two were also investigated for suspected involvement in irregularities related to public properties, abuse of resources of programs, and depositing funds abroad. A team of the CIA has arrested both of them today and has also confiscated documents from their residence in Shantinagar and Mondikatar. The cases against Bikal and Sunil Paudel held by the CIA are in progress at the special court. Sunil has been alleged of opening a foreign currency account in a foreign bank without the approval of the Nepal Rashtra Bank and receiving appointment as an international consultant while holding a position in the government service of Nepal. In case of Bikal, the anti-graft body has claimed that he had received a permanent residency of the United States of America while in government service. The CIA has said that they were held to avoid the possibility of escaping and destroying evidence. The Executive Director of Security Printing Center Bikal and Nepal Telecom, Sunil, were actively involved in procurement for each contract of Nepal Telecom and Nepal Telecommunications Authority, among other departments. An audio tape of then Minister for Communication and Information Technology Gokul Baskota was made public on the day Bikal was interrogated by the Public Accounts Committee of the House of Representatives regarding irregularities in procurement of equipment for security press on February 20, 2020. 57th report of the Auditor General had also identified irregularities in expenditure of 357.4 million rupees without a master plan when Paudel was the Executive Director of Security Printing Center. The report notes that more than 17 million rupees was spent without preparing required physical infrastructures. Moving on, discussions have begun regarding the applicants after 43 applications were filed for the vacant position of the Vice Chancellor at the Tribhuvan University. The Vice Chancellor Recommendation Committee, chaired by Minister for Education Ashok Kumar Rai, had created criteria and procedures before calling for applications. After the applications were called, Acting Vice Chancellor of the Tribhuvan University, along with officiating and former Vice Chancellors of other universities of Nepal, have also submitted their applications. Of the total received applications, 2 are women, 2 are indigenous nationalities, and 3 from Madhes, while most of them are professors. However, Nepali professors employed at foreign universities have not applied for the position. Position of the Vice Chancellor of the Tribhuvan University has remained vacant for the past 3 months. The recommendation committee is to select 15 applicants in the first phase. Those 15 will then be asked to present their work plan and will be interviewed, after which the committee will recommend 3 names. Of the 3, the government will appoint one as the new Vice-Chancellor of the Tribhuvan University. It is now time for our segment Public Polls, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Polls.
Before we ask today's question, let us take a look at the result from yesterday's poll. Yesterday we asked, why have local levels lacked financial discipline? 67% were for A, corrupt mentality, 14% were for B, lack of experts, and 19% were for C, feeble monitoring. And here is our today's question. Which qualification must be assigned the highest priority while appointing the Vice-Chancellor at the Tribhuvan University? Your options are A, experience, B, plan, and C, managerial capabilities. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Welcome back. And when CPNUML chairperson KP Sharma Oli was the Prime Minister, the government had announced of building basic hospitals at all 753 local levels and had laid the foundation stones of 396 of them together 3 years ago. A year later, 259 more basic hospitals were announced. The construction of all such hospitals were expected to complete within 2 years. However, despite the lapse of 3 years, only 27 hospitals have been built. Despite laying the foundation stones of hospitals in 9 local levels of Bhutan 3 years ago, not even a single has been constructed so far. 90% works have been completed in Mondavi Rural Municipality. Works have barely begun in 7 local levels, while location for a hospital in Nobahini Rural Municipality is yet to be decided. Of the 18 local levels in Dhanusha, hospitals have not been constructed in any entity. 6 local levels have stated that they have begun construction works, while 12 others are yet to start. With the objective of ensuring ease in access to health services for the public, the government had announced of building 5 to 15 bed capacity hospitals at the local levels within 2 years. However, despite the foundations of 396 hospitals being laid 3 years ago, only 27 have been completed so far. While around 100 are in the final phase, there is no certainty in 528 local levels. The government has allocated 70 million rupees for 5-bed capacity hospitals, 100 million for 10-bed capacity hospitals, and 180 million for 15-bed capacity hospitals. 98 billion rupees has been secured in funding for the hospitals as well. However, the local levels have not paid any interest towards the completion of the hospitals within the deadline, while the Ministry of Health and Population has not taken updates about the progress. The Constitution of Nepal has recognized health services as the fundamental right of the public, and the public should have been receiving the basic health services for free of cost. But the local levels do not even have basic hospitals. In our Public Voice segment, we've asked in several provinces what type of health services have they found in their local levels. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
सामान्य चाहिँ उपचारहरू त्यसो चोटपटक रुगाखोकी यस्तै चाहिँ समस्या चाहिँ समाधान हुन्छ।
जनतासम्म चाहिँ पुगिसकेको चाहिँ छैन। जसरी बिमा भयो, बिमा चाहिँ एउटा बिमाको पनि त्यसको कुनै युटिलाइज भएको छैन।
जुन बेलामा जुन औषधि चाहियो त्यो औषधि प्राय पाउन गाह्रो छ।
पालिकाले प्रदान गरेको स्वास्थ्य सेवा सुविधा भने चाहिँ यो विशेष गरेर दीर्घ रोगीहरूलाई त्यो औषधिहरू वितरण गर्ने हैन, प्रेसरको सुगरको औषधिहरू दिएको त्यो पनि राम्रो लागेको छ। उहाँहरूलाई अब हस्पिटलसम्म धाइरहनु परेन।
डाक्टरहरूको चाहिँ दरबन्दी नभएको कारणले सेवा सुविधा पाउन जनताहरू अलिक वञ्चित भएको अहिले महसुस गरेका छौं।
सरकारी स्वास्थ्य संस्थाको गुणस्तर नै छैन। गएको बेला औषधि उपलब्ध नै हुँदैन।
जटिल खालका रोगहरू अहिले पनि त्यहाँ उपचार हुन नसक्ने अवस्था छ।
सरकारले चाहिँ 98 वटा औषधिहरू निशुल्क दिने भनेर घोषणा गरे पनि अहिले चाहिँ 10-15 वटा औषधि पनि पाउन मुस्किल छ।
यहाँको सेवा खास राम्रो छैन। बिरामी आएपछि डाक्टर उठेर हिँड्छन्, यो झर्को मान्छन्।
विगतका दिनभन्दा अहिलेको समयमा चाहिँ स्वास्थ्य सेवामा अत्यन्तै धेरै परिवर्तन भएको महसुस गर्दछु।
The Election Commission has completed all preparations for the National Assembly election, which is slated for tomorrow. According to the Apex Election Authority, all preparations have been completed, including security provisions at all the voting centers in all 7 province headquarters as well. The voting is slated from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. tomorrow for 19 seats at the National Assembly. province assembly members, rural municipality chair and deputy chair, and municipality mayors and deputy mayors are to vote in the election. A total of 2,047 voters, including 549 province assembly members and 1,498 chairs and deputy chairs of 753 local levels, will vote in tomorrow's election. Weight of the province assembly members has been set at 53, while that of the local levels is 19. Of the 19 seats at the National Assembly, voting will be held for 2 each in Koshi and Madhes, with 4 in Bagmati, 3 each in Gandaki, Karnali and Sudar Paschim, and 2 in Lumini. Election is slated for tomorrow on the basis of the constitutional provision which requires holding elections 35 days before the end of the term of the National Assembly members. The Trivandrum International Airport witnesses a huge crowd of foreign employment aspirants every single day. Many Nepali nationals who have left for foreign employment because of various issues have remained out of contact for several years. Manbahadur Thapa of Kalinchok Dolakha is one of those missing. As Thapa has been missing for the past 14 years, his family members have been knocking the door of the government for help. Manbahadur Thapa of Kalinchok Rural Municipality Dolakha had left for Malaysia for foreign employment, leaving behind his daughter Sita at home, who was of 2 years back then. Sita is now 16 years and has no memory of how her father looks like. Thapa has been missing for the past 12 years. His family members have been searching for him ever since he went out of the radar. They have also been seeking support from the public representatives and the government officers. Thapa's mother continues to wait for her eldest son. Manbahadur used to send funds until 2 years after reaching Malaysia, but then went out of contact. His wife took care of 2 daughters amidst much of the hardship. She has said grievances regarding the lack of support from any entity for the search of her husband. Many youth like Manbahadur who had left for foreign employment are still missing, but the government has not made any effort to find their whereabouts. With the demand of sound management of parking, business entities of the New Road area in Kathmandu have protested today as well. The businesses in New Road have resorted to protest after the Kathmandu metropolis prohibited parking in the area. Meanwhile, footpath shops have also held a separate protest with the demand of specific time and location for their operation. Local businesses have resorted to protest after the Kathmandu metropolis prohibited parking on the Blacktop Road in New Road area. The businesses have been agitated in fear of facing crisis in absence of parking facilities. They have also called for appropriate alternative from the metropolis for parking. The Kathmandu metropolis had been operating smart parking at areas including New Road, Dharmapath and Bir Hospital from 16th of June 2019. Following the end of contract, the metropolis had removed the smart parking. Meanwhile, the footpath shops inside the Kathmandu metropolis have also held a protest with demand of specific time and location for their operation. They have also called for the implementation of the 4-point agreement reached with campaigner E 5 months ago. Despite the assurance of the metropolis to allocate a separate location for the footpath shops, it is yet to make necessary arrangements for the same. A new terminal building has been brought into operation to ensure the sound management of domestic arrivals at the Trivandrum International Airport. Prior to this, the service seekers had been facing difficulties as the arrivals and departures were held from a single facility. Minister for Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation, Sulan Kirati, has said that the new terminal building was built by prioritizing ease for the service seekers. According to the Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal, the new terminal building, which can accommodate 400 service seekers, was built at an investment of 64 million rupees. Around 4.1 million service seekers traveled from the domestic terminal of the airport in the period of 1 year. Third season of the stand-up comedy show Comedy Champion has been announced. The program will be broadcast live, in fact, on Kantipur television from 15th of February. Director Vishal Vandari has said that the new season of the show presented by 3 productions will be made much better than the previous seasons. Chief Executive Officer, CEO of Kantipur Television Network, Sisir Pachai, has expressed belief that the new season of the show will ensure full entertainment for the viewers. Third season of Comedy Champion is to have 33 episodes. OSR Digital holds the digital rights of the show, while Digital Wallet Khalti is the voting partner. Pradeep Vatrai, Santosh Panta, Richa Sharma and Manoj Gojrel are the judges. Time now for the international news. A Russian Ilyushin Il-76 military transport plane carrying 65 Ukrainian prisoners of war has crashed in Russia's Belgorod region, according to Russian state media, citing the defense ministry. The local governor has said that there are no survivors. Russian strikes wounded 9 in eastern Ukraine's Kharkiv, the regional governor said, after a Russian missile barrage across the country that claimed more than a dozen lives. Meanwhile, senior Russian lawmaker has accused Ukraine of downing the plane. The Speaker of Russia's lower house of parliament, Vyacheslav Volodin, accused Kiev of shooting down the plane carrying 65 Ukrainian prisoners of war, saying they shot their own soldiers in the air. Volodin added Russian pilots who were carrying out a humanitarian mission were shot down, however gave no evidence to back up his accusation, and his claim has not been independently verified. Belgorod Governor Vyacheslav Gladkov said emergency services were working on the crash site. The plane was carrying 65 Ukrainian prisoners along with 6 crew members and 3 other passengers. The crash occurred around 11 a.m. local time out there.
Sports news.
Nepal have suffered a 5-wicket defeat against Pakistan at the ICC Under-19 Cricket World Cup, which is underway in South Africa. Nepal won the toss and elected to bat in the match played at the Buffalo Park, where they were bowled out for 197 runs in 50 overs. Bipin Rawal top scored with 39 runs, while Deepak Dumre added 26. Arafat Minhas was the pick of the Pakistani bowlers with 3 wickets, while Ubaid Shah and Ahmad Hassan shared 2 wickets each. In reply, Pakistan chased the target with 14 balls to spare. Azan Awais top scored as he remained unbeaten at 63 runs, while Shamil Hussain and Shahjaib Khan scored 37 runs each. Akash Chand was the pick of the Nepali bowlers as he picked 3 wickets, and Nepal next play Afghanistan on Friday in the tournament. Poor run of form continued for Koshi province as they suffered yet another defeat at the Prime Minister Cup. In the match played at the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Grounds in Kantipur, Koshi suffered an 8-wicket defeat against Sudur Paschim province. Koshi won the toss and elected to bat, where they were bowled out for 123 runs in 32 overs. Meenash Thapa top scored with 26 runs, skipper Ankit Subedi added 22, while Kamal Khatri chipped in with 18 runs. Sher Malla picked 5 wickets for Sudur Paschim, while Vikas Agri had 4 to his name. In reply, Sudur Paschim chased the target of 124 runs in only 21.1 overs, losing just 2 wickets. Naren Bhattar remained unbeaten at 54 runs alongside Prakash Pandey with 34. Firdosh Ansari picked 2 wickets for Koshi. Now, unbeaten Nepal Police Club secured their 5th successive win as they saw off Madhya province by 6 wickets, also at the Prime Minister Cup. In the match played at Mulpani, Madhya were put to bat, where they were bowled out for a paltry 96 runs. Arniko Yadav top scored with 23, skipper Harishankar Shah added 22, and Avishek Tiwari remained unbeaten at 11, while none of the other batters scored in double-digit. Sagar Dhakal was the pick of the police bowlers with 5 wickets. Lalit Rajwanshi had 4 to his name, while Rashid Khan had a scalp. In reply, the departmental team chased the target in 18.3 overs. Sunil Dhamala scored 28, Kushal Vurtel added 19, while Amit Shrestha and Arif Sheikh remained unbeaten with 15 and 16 runs respectively. Ranjit Kumar and Arniko Yadav shared 2 wickets each for Madhya. In another match under the tournament, Tribhuvan Army Club secured a 65-run win over Lumbini province. That is all for the moment. Up next is the news in Nepali. Thank you for staying with us. Goodbye for now.